What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and World Cup odds have been posted. We're going to hunt for some value, okay? So we're going to be going through the best early bets for the World Cup. Maybe Tunisia, plus 850 on FanDuel is the play we want to be on. Maybe Japan, plus 750 against Germany. But in all seriousness, I found a really good bet for the World Cup that I'm going to be sharing with you. And of course, our play is going to be data driven, right? Our play is going to be data driven. OddsJam is literally a Bloomberg terminal for sports betting, right? It's a terminal to help you find value. Like when I was working on Wall Street, right? All these big hedge funds, all these guys, they have so much data, right? They have so many tools available to them. And as sports bettors, we don't really have that. So the whole point of OddsJam was to bring line movements, as you can see right here, line movements, data into sports betting, because that's how you find value. That's how you get an edge, right? These people who put their finger to the wind and think they're going to beat the sports books. I mean, that's BS. The sports books have a feast off people like that, right? It's all about following the line movements, hunting for value ruthlessly, and trying to beat the vig, beat the juice. So I use a bunch of different tools on OddsJam. Like you can see right here, we have this screen. It's very valuable because you can spot big line discrepancies between bookmakers. So here, as an example, we can see Dak, his passing yards line is over under 261.5. Sportsbooks have his line at 237.5, and Prize Picks 249.5. That's a pretty big line discrepancy, right? There's a lot of differences and discrepancies in the market. So if you want to take the under, you should definitely be taking it on Underdog Fantasy, where you're getting 24 yards of improvement from DraftKings, right? As a sharp bettor, we're always looking for value, always looking for an edge. And there's lots of ways you can do that. So this screen just lets you browse odds side by side. But what the arbitrage betting tool does is it shows you, bets that are where sportsbooks have such different odds for the over-unders that you can make risk-free money betting on both sides. Like if you don't think you can make money sports betting, you got to learn about arbitrage betting. You can literally make risk-free money. And of course, this return isn't big. You can see in Saudi Arabia, Argentina, we have first half total goals. This is a 0.75% arbitrage bet, which means you could earn 0.75% of a 0.75% risk-free return. So I apologize, I cut out there for a second. But for example, if you put roughly $1,000 total, so if we lowered this a bit, right? If you put roughly $1,000 total on this ARB, it's 0.75%, so you'd earn a risk-free $7.50. It's like a no-brainer. Of course, this is a lower arbitrage bet. Here, there's a 1.79% one. And a lot of people look at it and they'll be like, oh, okay, if my bankroll is 450, on between these two sports books, I only make a risk-free $8.19. And it's like, I mean, that's one way to view it, but you also have to remember, this basketball game is going to be done today, right? So you're earning a risk-free 2%, 1.79% return on capital by day trading sports, right? You're literally day trading sports due to discrepancies in bookmaker odds. You're day trading sports. It's literally what you're doing, which is sick, right? It's Wall Street bets of sports betting. So this ARB is lower, but hey, it's a World Cup play, so I wanted to share it with you. And what you're going to notice is like, hey, FanDuel has the line at minus 380. DraftKings has it minus 370. You could ARB this. You could take the under on FanDuel, betting 100 to win 270 in profit. And you could take the over, right? You could take the over on Caesars minus 260, and you could earn a risk-free profit. So one of these bets, by definition, has to be profitable, because if you bet on both, you'd make risk-free money. So by definition, one bet has to be positive EV, right? One bet has to be profitable. Positive EV just means mathematically profitable. So you can make risk-free money and ARB this for 0.75%, or you can be like me and dig into the data and try to figure out which side has the value. And it's very clear looking at the lines, Caesars is an outlier. Every other book has this minus 300 to minus 370. So I locked it in. I took the over, but it ended up moving on me to minus 270. I still hit it for $500. It's my first World Cup bet. $500, November 22nd, 3 a.m. I will not be awake to watch this game, but it seems like there's some pretty good value, right? We're betting 500 bucks at minus 270 odds. But you can see it moved on me. It moved to minus 270 on Caesars by the time I was able to place my bet. So sometimes these arbitrage bets can move quickly, right? Because they're literally big enough discrepancies where sportsbooks are screwing up that you can make risk-free money. So you got to move quick. You got to know how to navigate the sportsbooks. That's very important. Like if you can't find this bet, then you're not going to be able to arbitrage bet it, right? Because these lines can move quickly. You're day trading sports. You can't be slow, right? You got to be fast. But the final thing I was going to say is, it's not like there are a lot of arbitrage bets. It's not like there's a million and you can just sit there all day and make risk-free money sports betting. Like you can see there's 15 or so on OddsJam for all the bookmakers I have, in my location. So OddsJam will change around the sports books depending on what location you're in. So some bookmakers have more sports books, some have less. But you can see right here in Alabama, there's like 10 arbitrage bets. So kind of out of the millions of odds across sports books that are updating on OddsJam, if you just look at OddsJam, it's like the amount of data, the amount of markets and, lines on the site. It's not like there's going to be a ton of arbitrage bets. It's a very small percentage, but you can still find those discrepancies. OddsJam hunts them down for you. Those discrepancies where you can make a risk-free profit because the sports books are screwing up that big. Here's another arbitrage bet, right? Texas versus Houston Baptist. That play looks incredible at minus 108. No other sportsbook's giving us better than minus 130. But regardless, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let's make money.